Good morning. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. This video is, I'm doing it as a follow-up video that I posted or will be posting about the worse before better phase. With this week's upcoming energies, which many people are already feeling, this week should be, continued on until the following week here, where if you're already feeling it this week, I think that is going to kind of dissipate by the time these energies actually arrive for other people. The thing to remember with energies and how we take it in, it all depends upon who we are in itself, and think it in terms of individuality. It's not a one-size-fits-all. Just because I can sense it and you can sense it earlier doesn't mean that everybody will sense it earlier or already have these effects taking place. They may be a few days behind, a week behind, whatever it is. It just depends on how the energy comes into the body, into the mind, and into the heart, and releases these things to make you become more aware of what's taking place. So I made that video that was the worse before better phase, because during this week we have that major detox still going on, where it's going to feel like everything is falling apart. Things may happen continuously. Like for myself, I have had 3 or 4 occurrences almost day after day, or several within one day, that took place that really got a reaction out of me. That is, especially if you are a calm person now, already within your journey of healing, and if you are getting that reaction, okay, one, this is the upcoming energies that I am already feeling, and 2, this is something that is still implanted within you that is trying to manifest itself outside of you to make you more aware of the emotional imbalance that is still lingering within. But regardless of where you are within this journey, especially though in the very beginning, it's like there's this yes, everything is going good phase, and then there's this, oh my gosh, can I just get a break? Why are you against me? Everything is happening now and I can't take it kind of a phase. And I promise you it's going to get better. Not only do we have a continuous cycle of energies that come in, whether from the moon changes, or just because it's just time, a gateway has taken place and opened up for us. But energy is always being transferred down here or up from the earth at every given moment. So it's always going to seem like we don't have any rest. But these energies that come in, whether it's the gateway or just, the moon phases, or just because it's always here and always trying to filter us out, when we end up healing ourselves, we have our physical being that needs to be healed of all of our brokenness. But then we have our spiritual body, etheric body that exists. That is our true form, okay? That is our spirit form, and it carries emotions and toxic buildup in itself as well. And this is also what people call our aura. So if you feel like when you go into a grocery store, for example, and you were in a great mood, but by the time you come out of there, you're feeling completely drained, and you never even spoke to anybody, it is because possibly in that store there have been tons of negativity going on. People come in there in bad moods and they leave that emotion inside there and go home. When you go in, you're in an atmosphere that has a bunch of buildup in it. You pick it up in your aura and you bring it back home. Even if you are next to someone who's in a bad mood and you're a very sensitive individual, you pick up that negative energy. Just the same way as if you are negative, it stays within and floats within your own aura as well. So there's a lot of healing that needs to take place. And that's why it seems to be such a long journey. But I don't want that to discourage you. You know, I have been doing this healing for about 1.5 years. And by the time I got to, 6 months, a year, and I'm like, wow, this has been tons of progress, tons of healing, and tons of love replaced within it. And it felt like, you know, sometimes that it was 10 years, but it was only 6 months, a year, you know, because when you are just dedicated to living a life with fullness and dedication to your growth process, you know, it seems like a lot. But when you're actually looking back, you're like, wow, that didn't take any time at all. Because when you work with passion and purpose, time seems to fly, but it doesn't. And I hope that kind of makes sense. When you're enjoying yourself, you don't care how long it takes, kind of a feeling, an emotion. So I want you to keep that in mind and don't allow this, oh wow, I have so much to do, take you away from what you could possibly have. Because regardless if you're doing this or living your normal life, it takes time. You might as well continue doing something that's going to get you somewhere beautiful. And this right here is the most rewarding thing that you can possibly do for yourself. It brings everything else into alignment. Your health, your relationships, occupation, whatever it is that is in complete chaos in your life, it will shift for you and transform into what you have always wanted. So I put this in my group about the upcoming energies, and I wanted to make sure that I emphasize this, that you are not being attacked when these things are coming to you. It's not the world against you. It's not God who's against you. It's not all of the beauty that you don't deserve. It's a reflection of who you are on the inside. When you finally face that and accept that as the reason why things are taking place, you're more able to move forward and to heal from every situation that comes into your life. When you see it as an opportunity to better yourself, that's all that it is. But when you have that mentality of being attacked, you're playing the victim all over again. And you're replaying those negative emotions, and it's going to seep back down into you. And now you're carrying more negativity that you shouldn't be holding on to anymore. I know it gets a little tiresome when it seems like things are continuously happening and happening and happening, but it's to get your attention and to say, hey, I'm here. I need you to face that emotion. And if you don't face this emotion this time, I'm going to bring up another situation for you to face it, and then another one for you to face it, until you finally face it. But if you keep avoiding every situation and trying to ball up those emotions instead of saying, okay, I see you. You got my attention this time. Now, how can I correct this and move away from this? and replace that negative emotion with love. That is the purpose of every situation that comes up in your life, whether good or bad, to make you see it. I mean, whenever a good situation happens, you face it, right? Because it's beautiful. You can enjoy that situation more because it has a beautiful emotion attached to it. Well, those negative situations want you to face it just like you face your great situations in your life. When you can actually enjoy or reflect back on that negative situation with love and peace, you can send it away. That's the purpose of everything. So don't forget, I also made a video about this, that your emotions will arise first before physical pain. So keep that in mind. If you are a person who you know in your heart, if you face your situations head on with love and peace, then you deal with what's taking place. If you are a person who has the situation and then you kind of like ball up your emotions and don't deal with it, and then it just keeps arising and you're continuously feeling and thinking about it, well, you're eventually going to have a physical symptom as a result. And so not only do you have that to deal with in yourself, but when the energy comes down to help you see what's taking place within yourself, it will create a physical symptom first. And then the emotion, or vice versa. Mine was vice versa this past week. So, but it shows you that there is a physical pain as a result of an emotion that you have not dealt with. You deal with that emotion and the physical symptoms will go away. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.